I don't think that's the majority. I think majority are salvageable.
Atomic Souls Podcast.
Somebody else might be a doctor. Like, okay, y'all's baselines was different. Y'all's, capacity for success was different, but still very successful. Yeah. And I think what my concern is, I see a lot of times, is people relapse just because they got nothing else to fucking go towards. They get to baseline and they're like, oh, well, I'm better than anybody else has ever been in my family, so this is good enough. No, it's fucking not. Yeah. You should always be achieving.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think there is a stigma around therapy and coping skills, that it's just wallowing in the problem.
Right.
And just like being reactive to the world. I mean, even on that video we talked about, EMDR is a superpower.
Yeah.
Dissociating. Like, there's so many people that are like, oh, I just can't get out of it.
Right.
It's like, well, like, you need a therapist that can explain it to you about how to use it as a superpower.
It's like an unrefined skill at the current moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like raw potential that people don't realize they have.
It's like a street fighter. Like somebody, you got people that are out gangbanging and stuff and beating everybody up. Like, okay, that's horrible. I'm not saying you should do that, but
utilize that into like a career.
Well, they had an interview with Mike Tyson and they asked him, he said, hey, if you weren't a boxer, what would you have been? He said, a criminal. Yeah. And it's like, that's exactly right. He had a skill set to be a phenomenal criminal, and they refined that into being one of the most successful boxers. Yeah. I think that's the case across the board. We talk about spectrums, and I guess that's what always bothers me is I see a lot of people, and I see potential in them, and I think the issue is they don't ever look up. They're always just looking back like, oh, I beat all that stuff, I'm good.
Yeah. 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 It's easy to get out of the chaos and be comfortable because your nervous system's like, oof, okay.
Right.
We're good. Let's stay here. Because growth actually feels like trauma at times too. So
it is. Growth is trauma.
Yeah.
It should feel rough. That's growth.
Yeah.
It's
but if you've
pains.
been in like a genuinely traumatic experience your whole life, you can stray away from that and just seek that comfortability.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't seek comfort. Well, like talking back.
Unless you have the right support system or like mentors that are supporting you. Like, we see that a lot. Clients, staff, friends, family, like that, where we see a lot of potential, but they're not living up to it. And it's like, you can only do so much.
Yeah. No, I don't think we've argued about this before. I don't think everybody can be saved. I think we can try, but I think some people are just lost causes. But I don't think that's the majority. I think majority are salvageable. And when I say salvageable, I think they're not just they get back to baseline and they coast through life. I think they can achieve great fucking things. And talking about,
I think get to stability would be a better word that I would like. A better word than like baseline, because baseline's like different for everyone. I think like get to stability.
Stability is different for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Baseline's bugging me.
Well, see, so what we were talking about the other day, where you were trying to explain something to me, you're like, well, majority of people are 8th grade reading level, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'm that majority. Yeah. So you use verbiage for somebody with a master's degree, and it blows over my head majority of the time because I'm like, it doesn't fucking make sense to me. Yeah. Baseline makes sense to majority of people. Yeah. What comes after baseline? Success. And that's why I don't like stability, because it's like, what comes after stability? I don't fucking know. Getting high again. Right? The stability is you're in the middle. You can only go up or down. So you can get high or you can get low. Baseline is the starting line. You take off from there. Okay.
No, I see stability as like a foundation for growth.
Because that's what you've been trained for the last 9 years to speak with. Okay. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what a second ago you said, growth can feel like trauma. I think growth should feel like trauma. Like, I don't think trauma is always a bad thing. I think trauma is something that trains you to do stuff differently. Like, I deal with stress extremely well because I've had extremely stressful scenarios that I've gone through, some successfully, some unsuccessfully. But I can recall those experiences when I get into other experiences that are similar to that. And I've trained myself to deal with those things. So it becomes just like talking about on the boat, like it becomes a mechanical thing. Like I don't necessarily conscientiously do things. They just happen because I've done it repetitiously so many times that now that's just that's my reaction to it. It becomes a reactive state.
Yeah.
And so I think talking about growth and growth feeling like trauma, I'm not saying you should let people, tear you down, but I think you should allow yourself to experience positive trauma, if that's a way to phrase it. So you can
emotionally intense situations.
You should allow yourself to experience emotionally intense situations
within a controlled environment.
Yeah, within a controlled environment, so you can become better.
That's the master's level saying of it. Yeah, because
what's
that emotional intensity lets you apply the skills that you're learning. And then, like you said, like it's muscle memory. Once you start to be exposed, once you're exposed more to intense emotional situations and you have the control and the capability, you're kind of balancing that, like, this is scary, but also like at the same time, I do feel in control of it. And so it's like going back to the Thanksgiving.
Sometimes you don't feel in control of it.
Going
like
back to
like
Thanksgiving,
you're
it's like, can I please speak? Going back to the Thanksgiving concept, it's like, it might be scary to stand up to your mom and say like, hey, I'm not coming to Thanksgiving because you're drinking. But that's you practicing a new skill and you're facing that situation that's distressing.
Right.
But you're also, it's controlled because like, what's mom going to do? Like, yell at you. Like, we already know that's going to happen. Text it to her, call her. So you don't feel the intensity of her yelling at you. Yeah. And so.
Agreed.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
Well, I was saying sometimes you don't feel like you're in control. Like you're kind of edging towards the side of not insanity, but like it's
pushing your limits.
Yeah, you're pushing your limits. So you're going to feel like you're pushing the limits.
Yeah.
What did you say was the master level way of saying it? The therapeutic way of saying it?
Emotionally intense situations in a controlled environment.
Emotionally intense situations in a controlled environment. So the blue collar way of saying that is don't be a bitch.
Facing your fear. Yeah. But yeah, it's basically feeling more confident in your ability to apply skills and then accepting the outcomes of the situations as well. Like kind of a lot of times in therapy, doing DBT skills, we'll think of all the different scenarios that could happen. Yeah. Okay, let's say you set that boundary with mom. Okay, what if she says, okay, I won't drink. I want you to really come. Okay, great. That's like best case scenario.
Right.
Worst case scenario, she like, I don't know, comes to your house and like yells at you or like burns it down. Like, okay, is that going to happen? Probably not. She's probably too drunk to get in her car. So trying to find that like middle ground. And then it's like, okay, like I feel confident that like I can set this boundary because mom's always yelling at me. I don't give a shit if she yells at me about this too.
Well, you start with little things. I mean, confidence doesn't come from success. It comes from repeated success. It has to become a pattern. And that's where you develop